Mr. Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, my sister Mika is a nurse and my debate coach RJ Lim is a doctor. They didn't spend hundreds of thousands of pesos, maybe even millions, and maybe 15 to 20 years of studying to have to fucking book an exam venue. Or I don't know, walk over to somewhere in Manila and give the director or the mayor a buko pie in order to forward our policy in a particularly good way. This debate, as what side opposition did, just made it so much bigger than what it was, because this is really simply about allocating time and resources, and as I said in the top of my speech, putting the particular people in the avenue for them to be able to succeed. It's about allocation and the extent of such. It's not about what's gonna be done. It's about who are we going to put there and what is going to be more efficient versus less efficient. There are a couple of reasons why their side cannot advance to the semis. The first is, a lot of their shiny and grand impacts sound good and work in a vacuum. But bro, they happen on both sides when respectively they do their fucking job. Things like vaccine research and faster inoculation, medical trends and being able to know the cures, improved response time for individual people, all have the commonality of being able to save lives. And guess what? That saving lives happens when doctors who are frontliners are actually in the fucking hospital being able to deal with you. Because in the top of my speech, I characterized the way in which people are able to operate and how we already have an over-demand and undersupply, especially in poor parts of the world. I question the delta that they're trying to unlock on their side, because if those are the grand impacts they want to achieve, how will that be done when most of their time is going to be spent in the government office doing the things that a civil servant can also do? The question is simple. If the doctor's time is tied in there, who takes care of the patient? But if the civil servant's time is tied in there, edi what's the harm? You unlock the benefit of our side that doctors are able to do things like teach in university, taking care in the hospital of patients, and even directly being even to take care of the interns and fellowship people who are the future of those particular things. So don't believe those shiny impacts because they just say it. Yes, it works in debate land. We can do it too, and we can do it better when we allocate them properly. Second is the risk of corruption, because oh my god, we live in a shitty country. We think it happens on both sides, bro. Meaning, if the harms you push on us for corruption happen, edi, wala, what's the debate? It's gonna be corrupt either way. But if you listen to Jaron's extension, he told you uniquely about the features of being able to hold civil servants accountable, especially since I also talked about they actually are being dictated by the government. We have pushes to be able to impeach and remove these individuals, as opposed to them if they're actually less proximate to the average voter from that barangay or from that municipality. When there's some doctor guy, yeah, they're a doctor, but they're actually harder to reach. We have mechanisms to be able to deal with that. But the unique harm happens in the POI I raised to one of the speakers. I was talking about a conflict of interest. Meaning, because doctors like my sister and RJ spent so much time and money, there's a certain sense of wanting to get that back. Meaning, at any point, there's a government policy like austerity that cuts their budget or reduces their pay or makes them work more fucking hours in PGH because it's kind of hassle there. It's exactly the point in which, nope, they're not gonna wanna do it because it makes their life significantly harder. And this is something that the civil servant, because they're not biased in that particular ecosystem, are able to do. Uniquely, what we talk about and uniquely nuance this is to the medical board and the extent of them doing it. We're able to put the best people to take the shot to that job. We are very proud to advance to semis. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much.